proceed with our process management unit. Today we will be discussing about process types. What type of computation a process is doing? The processes can be classified as input-output bound process and CPU bound process. If a process is spending more time in doing input-output computations, that means it can be reading a file or writing some data to the file, or it might be waiting for some input from the user. Fine, that is, it is doing some input-output type of processing. And if a process is spending more time with the CPU, that means it is executing and taking the CPU cycles, then that process is called CPU bound process. The system performs two operations on the process. One is process creation and other one is process termination. When a process is ready to execute, that means a new process has been created. That process can create other processes also, which means parent process can create children processes, which in turn can create other processes, thus forming a tree of processes. When considering the process of creating new process, the system keeps in mind three concepts: resource sharing, execution, and address space allocation. In case of resource sharing, parent and children share all the resources. This is the first possibility. Second possibility is children share subset of parents' resources, or parent and child share no resources. That means what? Either when we are creating more than two processes, then that process share all the resources, there is no restriction on the resource sharing, or the child is only allowed to share particular subset of parents' resources. And the last thing is that two processes may never share the resource. Now in case of execution, parent and child execute concurrently. Means what? Both the processes are executing simultaneously. And second possibility is that parent waits until the child terminates. That means parent will not start the execution until and unless the child process has terminated. In case of address space, from where that process has been originated in memory. That means what? Child duplicates the parent address space, or child has a program loaded into it. That means what? Parent's space is shared by the child process, or child process is loaded into a new memory location. So execution of process creation in Unix is done through fork system command. That is, fork is used to create new process. Fine. exe system call is used after fork to replace the process's memory with a new process. That means what? We can replace the memory of already existing processes memory by using which command? exec. So this is nothing but this is a process tree in case of Unix system. There is a root process, then there are child processes. This is the root process, and root is having three children. Once again, the init process is the parent process which is having three processes under it. User 3 is the parent process which is having another three children. Now process termination. Process termination means what? After executing all the commands which are in the program, the process has to terminate. Fine. So process executes the last statement and asks the operating system to decide it to exit. Fine. So output data from the child to the process can be sent via which command? Wait command. Process's resources are deallocated by the operating system. How can you terminate the execution of child process? Or when is the case that parent may terminate the execution of the child process? First case is child has exceeded allocated resources. In that case, the parent may terminate the child process. Task assigned to the child process is no longer required. Then also child process may be terminated. And third and final case is that parent is stopping the execution, so the child must also be stopped. Operating system does not allow child to continue if its parent terminates. And cascading termination. Cascading termination means what? Parent is terminating, so child must also be terminated. Now, when coming to the sharing of resources, when we are talking about sharing of the resources among the processes, the processes can be classified as independent process and cooperating process. Independent process means what? A process which is not sharing the resource with any other process, so it will not be affected by some other process. Then such a process is called independent process. No sharing of resource means no sharing of data, and if there is no sharing of data, then one process's execution will not be affected by other processes' execution. Fine. Cooperating processes means what? If the processes are sharing the memory, then it is the possibility that memory is being shared. That means what? Two processes might be affected with each other. Fine. Nowadays corona is going on. So if we are sharing the resources, means if we are exchanging the material which we are using with someone else, then that person will be affected. Fine. If one is affected with the corona, then other person is also affected with the corona. And what is the connection between them? That is sharing of some resource. So this must be stopped. And if this is stopped, then we become independent process. And if we don't keep in mind and we keep on sharing the things, then we become which type of processes? Cooperating processes. Now in case of operating system, advantages of process cooperation is information sharing, computation speed up, modularity, convenience. Information sharing means what? Same information which is repeated can be shared. If we divide a program into small parts, then the computation will be speed. Modularity means what? If the program is broken into small parts, small processes, then it will be modular and very well organized. And convenience means what? If the program is divided into small parts, then it will be easy to handle the programs.